After spending the last 2 weeks in the Netherlands with the Australian cycling team competing at the 2019 Paratrack Cycling World Championships, I'm finally back home in Perth. I'm going to sit down and have a little bit of a recap of what was an absolutely incredible week. After a successful World Championships for the able-bodied athletes in Poland, it was time for the para squad to line up in the Netherlands and try and one-up them, and one-up them we did, winning a total of 17 gold medals across all disciplines and finishing second on the medal tally behind Great Britain, and the medal haul included 3 bronze medals, 5 silver medals and a grand total of 9 world champions, which is just absolutely phenomenal, as well as breaking a whole bunch of world records, which was just icing on the cake on top of what was a fantastic week. And as for the amazing athletes that contributed to this medal tally, winning bronze medals, we had M. Petricola in the women's C4 scratch race, we had Darcy Thompson in the men's C1 scratch race, as well as Meg Lemon in the women's C4 individual pursuit. And as for the silver medals, we had Amanda Reed in the women's C2 scratch race, we had Paige Greco in the women's C3 scratch race, Meg Lemon in the women's C4 scratch race. We also had Gordon Allen in the men's C2 1K time trial, who en route to the silver medal broke the world record for a brief period of time until the eventual winner went on to beat his time. And the final silver medal went to the women's tandem of Jess Gallagher and Maddie Jansen after an absolutely brilliant display of tactics throughout the day to claim second after qualifying in third place. And now for the gold medalists, the world champions, the champs, as Michael Shipley would say. We had Darren Hicks in the men's C2 3K individual pursuit claiming his maiden world title. We had debutante Paige Greco winning 2 world titles with 2 records in the women's 3K individual pursuit and the women's 500 meter time trial. We had Amanda Reed in the women's C2 500 meter time trial, who also went on to break the world record to claiming that world title. And following on with the trend of breaking world records on the way to winning world titles, we had M. Petricola in the women's C4 individual pursuit. In the men's C5 category, we had Alice O'Donoghue winning both the individual pursuit and the scratch race, and his roommate and teammate, the champ, Dave Nichols, who is now back-to-back 3-time consecutive world champion in the men's C3 individual pursuit, as well as claiming the men's scratch race. And that there is your medalists for the 2019 Paratrack Cycling World Championships. And on top of those amazing results, all the other athletes achieved personal bests in their respective disciplines, which is a credit to all the hard work that we've put in over the past years and months. Plenty of lessons learnt that we will all take home and use, and we can use that as motivation as we carry on towards the next 12 months into the next World Championships. As for Brad and I, competition kicked off on day 3 with 4 laps of death, the Olympic event, the 1 kilometre time trial. We finished in 6th place with a personal best time of 1:03.160. which I'm incredibly pleased about, considering we've only been on the bike together for the last 7 weeks or so. We're still learning things as we go, and even in the final prep, a few things didn't quite go to plan, but we made the best of what we had, and I'm super stoked with that in what was a very competitive field this year. To finish 6th place gives us a lot of confidence going forward that we're on the right track. We can take a lot of positives out of that, knowing that there's plenty of room for improvement in the next 12 to 18 months. We still have lots of room to improvement, and we can start riding some more competitive times and hopefully push our way up towards those medals by Worlds next year. And then on the fourth and last day of racing, we had the sprint tournament where we qualified in 7th place with another personal best of 10.366 seconds, which put us through to the top 8 of qualifying. Which then meant we faced the second fastest qualifiers and the kilometre world champions Pete Mitchell and James Ball from Great Britain. And I'm not gonna lie, I've raced my bike plenty of times before, but tandem sprinting is completely different to what I'm used to. It's double the amount of laps. I'm used to 3, all of a sudden I'm doing 6 laps. And the objective when going into that racing was just to execute tactically, as I haven't had much experience racing a tandem at a match sprint level. Like, I've raced a lot on my single bike, but tandem sprinting is a lot different. It's 6 laps. The bike's a bit harder to maneuver around. So for us on the track, for Brad and I, it was purely just about racing tactically well and trying to make some decisions, and then as the speed comes, then we can become more competitive in the months to come. And I'd like to think that I delivered the tactics quite well, but unfortunately they were just too fast for us, which was to be expected, but tactically I think I was on the right track. Which then meant we went on to race 5th and 6th place against the Greek tandem, and much the same as racing against the British bike, it was just again about racing tactically well, which we did execute and narrowly missed out on finishing in a 5th place. Just like that, my first Worlds experience was done, and I honestly can say that I had the greatest time. Spending time with the team, getting to know the athletes, making new friendships, just the whole time away. The staff were great. Everything about the trip was fantastic. The memories shared, the team bonding, the support from one another whilst we were all racing was just absolutely great to see. I've had an absolute fantastic time being part of this team, and I can't wait to spend more time with them in the future.